Hello everyone, this is my review for Friday Night Smackdown on December 13th, 2013, and you got a little bit of adding towards the TLC pay-per-view, but this being the last show, they were pretty much finishing off all the storylines going into it. The areas that they could have potentially added to is again seeing a continuation of the Miz Kofi Kingston rivalry. I mean, I know it's a lower card rivalry, but that's something to be added to the pay-per-view at this point. They also added a fatal four-way tag team title match with Cody Rhodes and Goldust, Big Show, Mysterio, Swagger, and Cesaro, and Ryback and Curtis Axel. So that feud's kind of been building up mainly because of Big Show and Mysterio's connection towards the Real Americans, and then of course Curtis Axel and Ryback and Cesaro and Swagger beat Cody Rhodes and Goldust over this. So that's what they're using to make this. That's the story they're using to make this match at the pay-per-view. And it's not a bad way of going about it, but it's again nothing special that got to add to the pay-per-view mix. They've pretty much made what they want going into the pay-per-view, and they're just kind of finishing off the storylines. Bray Wyatt delivered a great promo after being attacked by Daniel Bryan in the one-on-one match. It ended, of course, with DQ, and then it looked like the Wyatt family was going to attack Daniel Bryan, and he actually got a running knee off on Bray Wyatt. So that was a good little touch to see the potential of like Daniel Bryan being able to do the hit and run type deal with the storyline going into the pay-per-view match, basically showing what he'll need to do to try to win the match in general. So that one wasn't too bad. The promo afterwards with Bray Wyatt was well delivered, and basically saying, basically taking that whole aspect of Daniel Bryan trying to join the Wyatt family out of the picture at this point, and now they're just there to destroy him. And of course they continued on with The Shield and CM Punk at this point. You had Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns have a really good match with the Usos, and then of course you had CM Punk after that match deliver a promo basically in Shield style, like in a backstage basement type area, and that was a nice little touch to kind of, because during the match Seth Rollins was doing the signal for the go to sleep, and then they were trying to do CM Punk's typical deal, and then he does their typical deal for delivering a promo. So that was a nice little touch added to that as well. But again, like with both of those, nothing too special really added on. Just trying to put the finishing touches going into the pay-per-view. And same with AJ and Natalya, with AJ having the tag match. Nothing special added there. And of course, basically Cena coming out and doing his last promo with about Randy Orton. Again, he had been going through the whole deal, trying to tell the story of Randy Orton being given everything and making excuses for his shortcomings and everything in that sense for that. And again, I see where they're going with the story on that, but it's been kind of played out the entire time. It would have been nice to see something a little bit different, but then again, at this point going into the pay-per-view, you've told pretty much everything. You're trying to get through this show going into the pay-per-view itself. I really thought the ending segment with Triple H and Randy Orton was quite boring. The only thing interesting you got out of it was how how Triple H said, "We know where our faith lies" type deal, implying that he could either be for Randy Orton or for John Cena at that point, or just the way it came off. He accepted Randy Orton's apology. They were playing off the storyline from Monday Night Raw where he knocked down Stephanie. So it was a nice little added touch by Triple H. But honestly, I felt the entire promo itself was extremely boring and overdrawn, just in general, and not a good way to end the show at all. So yeah, that's my review this week for Friday Night Smackdown. Overall, I felt the show was it really didn't do anything special, so it wasn't all that good in my mind. It didn't It just kind of finished off the storylines, did what it needed to do to go into the pay-per-view itself. The final segment in general I felt was bad. So yeah, that was, like I said before, that's my review this week for Monday Night Raw. Or not Monday Night Raw, Friday Night Smackdown. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.